So, let's be honest, building or overhauling your business website can feel like a huge task, right? But what surprises a lot of folks is just how big an impact your CMS choice has. It's not just about how the site looks, but how you'll manage it week after week.
That's absolutely been my experience too. I've worked with so many small business owners who get totally overwhelmed by all the options: WordPress, Webflow, Duda, and so on. But once you break it down, each platform really does have its own personality and strengths.
Exactly. And your CMS isn't just a one-time decision. It shapes everything from day-to-day updates to how much you'll shell out on maintenance, even how fast your pages load. I always tell clients, think of your CMS as the foundation of your digital storefront.
That foundation analogy nails it. If you pick the wrong one, you might find yourself stuck with clunky workflows or limitations that hold your business back. But if you choose wisely, you make future growth so much smoother. Actually, speaking of choices, maybe we should talk through some of the major platforms?
Great idea. Let's jump in with WordPress since, honestly, it's the 800-pound gorilla. It powers something like 40% of sites online. Why do you think it's so popular with businesses?
For me, it's all about flexibility. You can build almost anything on WordPress, from a simple blog to a full-blown e-commerce store. There's a massive universe of plugins and themes, so if you need a booking system or a fancy membership portal, chances are someone's already built it.
And that plugin ecosystem is honestly a lifesaver. I worked with a client needing a learning management system. WordPress made it doable without custom coding. But I always warn people, too many plugins can slow your site down if you're not careful.
Totally. And let's not forget about ongoing maintenance, plugin updates, security patches, all that stuff. WordPress gives you tons of control, but you do need to stay on top of it. Still, for businesses planning to scale or needing custom features, it's usually my go-to recommendation.
Now, for folks who care a ton about design or want to avoid technical headaches, Webflow's become a really attractive option. What's your take on it?
Webflow is like a dream come true for designers. You get pixel-perfect control using a visual editor, and it spits out clean, responsive code. I've seen creative agencies and portfolios thrive on it, especially when custom animations are a must.
The catch is, you're somewhat tied into their ecosystem. And if you want to sell products, Webflow's e-commerce is good, but still not as deep as WooCommerce or Shopify. But for a business that wants a gorgeous, modern site, without hiring developers, it's tough to beat.
I actually had a SaaS startup client who chose Framer instead. They loved the interactive features and modern feel. Framer's newer as a full website builder, so the ecosystem's smaller, but for eye-catching launches or startup pages, it's fantastic. Then there's Card, which is about as simple as it gets, perfect for one-page sites or quick landing pages.
Right. Card is great for getting an idea online in minutes. But if your business grows, you'll hit its limits pretty quickly. It's a great start, but not a long-term home for most companies. Shifting gears a bit, Duda is one I see more with agencies, especially those juggling lots of client sites. Have you worked with it much?
A couple of times, actually. Duda shines when you need to deploy similar sites across different business locations or manage multiple brands. The team collaboration and client management tools are genuinely handy, especially for agencies.
And performance is solid. Sites load quickly, and there's built-in multilingual support, which is a big win for businesses in the EU. But compared to WordPress, you lose some flexibility for custom features, and you're also buying into their hosting and pricing for the long haul.
That's the trade-off, for sure. It's not as open-ended as WordPress, but if you want a managed solution and don't need anything super custom, Duda can really take a lot off your plate. Oh, and speaking of trade-offs, how do you usually help clients make the final call?
Honestly, it comes down to knowing what matters most for your business right now, plus where you want to be in a year or two. WordPress fits most SMEs thanks to its flexibility and control, but it needs a bit more hands-on care than some want.
That's so true. If design is your top priority and budget isn't super tight, I'd point clients toward Webflow. On the flip side, if you just need to get online as soon as possible, Card is perfect for that minimum viable test phase. But you've always got to look at the bigger picture. How technical is your team? What's your budget? And how fast do you need to launch?
And sometimes, working with a web pro who knows these platforms inside out can save you a ton of time and expensive mistakes. Your website is often your first impression, so it's worth getting that foundation right.
Absolutely, and remember, it's not about finding the perfect platform, but the right one for where your business is heading. Every CMS has strengths and trade-offs. Just make sure you're setting yourself up for growth, not boxing yourself in.